Coming up on this edition of MU Report, alumni from all over Marshall University come to celebrate their alma mater for homecoming.
Also, Native Americans gathered on Marshall's campus to celebrate the rich history and traditions of their culture. All of that and more on this edition of MU Report.
From the campus of Marshall University, this is MU Report.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of MU Report. I'm Chrystal Phillips.
And I'm Dalton Hammonds. Last week was homecoming at Marshall University, and the college celebrated with several events throughout the week. As Jake Snyder reports, there was much more to do than attend the football game.
It was a week of celebration in Huntington as Marshall University honored homecoming, the 2011 edition. The festivities ran throughout the week with car bashing, a parade, and of course, football. The parade featured police escorts, bands, and floats judged in order to win prizes.
I tell you, busy recording all the floats, I was pleasantly surprised that the parade was more than I've seen it in the past year. The students did a good job of it. It was coming out to see.
On Saturday, the herd took the field against Rice University for the homecoming game. Former players such as standout linebacker Mario Harvey were in attendance and even had some advice for the current players.
Yeah, I talked to AJ. I told him to keep your head up, you know what I'm saying? You got your chance to start, take advantage of it, and don't look back.
At halftime, the 2011 homecoming court was honored as the winners of Mr. and Miss Marshall were announced. Sharafina Osman Al-Rashid was named 2011's Miss Marshall, while Joshua Botkin took the Mr. Marshall title.
Feels great. I'm trying hard not to cry, but, holding it in, but it feels exciting.
It feels awesome. I'm extremely happy. It's just nice to know that all the hard work that me and my friends and my fraternity brothers put in, that it paid off in the end.
Other events throughout the week included a picnic at the Marshall Student Center, an MP3 experiment, and a featured tailgate hosted by the Alumni Association. As for the game, trailing late in the fourth quarter, Marshall defensive end Vinnie Curry forced a fumble that led to a Tron Martinez touchdown and gave the herd a 24-20 victory. Jake Snyder, MU Report.
The win for the herd moved the squad to 3-4 on the season and into first place in the Conference USA East Division with a 2-1 conference record.
Marshall basketball team tipped off the 2011-2012 season with its annual Herd Madness recently. Fans got a chance to see players participate in drills, a dunking competition, a lighthearted scrimmage. The event was also the first time for fans to get a look at several new players to the team and also get a peek at some progress by returnees. However, Dago Pena says the team is excited to begin playing games.
We believe in Huntington soon, at whatever, we're seniors, but we're pretty excited to see what can we do, because we're so excited because this talent that we have, we've never seen it before. And we're so excited to try to do something special and try to win the conference and try to go to the NCAA tournament.
Marshall has an upcoming exhibition game against Northern Kentucky November 1st at the Cam Henderson Center.
The middle of October marks the season of the midterm for Marshall students, and just like it is every semester, students say they're finding it hard to stay focused. Distractions like Facebook and the television can present a problem for studying. As if those disruptions were not enough, midterms were scheduled during Marshall's homecoming week and a couple of weeks before the popular holiday, Halloween.
There's definitely a lot going on campus, and that in of itself is a distraction. Other people are talking about it, and they're getting all geared up for it. Halloween decorations go up, and just that act in itself makes you a bit more distracted.
Students say there is a lesson learned from midterms week. Eliminate the distractions and stay focused.
Domestic violence is a serious issue for many of us at Marshall University and the Huntington community. October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and as Ashton Bias reports, many people are showing their support for the cause.
The Huntington Branches organization kicked off Domestic Violence Awareness Month with a walk and children's fair at Ritter Park. Event coordinator Amanda McComas says it's important for people to know there are resources willing to help those suffering from domestic violence.
It helps them realize that it affects everybody. A lot of people know somebody who has been through it or have been through it themselves, and it just helps them to know that they're not alone.
Men, women, and even children attended the event. One supporter said it's important people understand the different types of domestic violence and to be aware that it can come in many forms.
a lot of people think, husband and wife, but it can be uncle and niece and brother and sister and and then even teenagers, and they get started early, and that's what one of the things they're trying to prevent is to stop it before it happens.
Branches is a nonprofit shelter located at a confidential address in Huntington. Marshall University recently held a Bras for Branches drive for donations for the shelter. A counselor at the shelter said it's donations like these that make the difference.
Women may not have a bra even to their name at all. Something simple like that can really mean so much.
The director said Branches houses about 150 people a month and that they receive donations all year long. But students on campus have also found other ways to bring attention to this cause.
Marshall University is also doing their part to raise awareness for domestic violence. The red flags you see standing behind me are part of the Red Flag Campaign, which is a national organization that Marshall has teamed up with to raise awareness against domestic violence across campus.
Whether it be by flags, by donations, or simply by wearing a ribbon, it is clear the Huntington community is doing their part to bring awareness to domestic violence. Ashton Bias, MU Report.
Branches is also doing Light the Candle campaign during the month of October. They encourage everyone to place a purple light in their windows in support of stopping domestic violence.
Supporters of a worldwide protest have set up camp on Huntington sidewalks. It is called Occupy Huntington, and it's a gathering of people who support the Occupy Wall Street movement. Supporters say they're there for many different reasons, but they are there with one theme.
Well, you have a lot of varied interests here. A lot of people out here for different reasons, but there's a core theme here. And a lot of the core theme goes back to things like inequality. A lot of people feel like their voice is not being represented in our government, and a lot of that goes back to the corporate wealth and corporate power, that they're able to so consolidate the wealth that their voice outshines that of the people.
September 17th, thousands of people have been protesting Wall Street in New York City. With the growth of the movement, supporters in Huntington set up their demonstration in front of Chase Bank on 10th Street and 5th Avenue, October 7th.
Recently, the founder and CEO of Robotics Incorporated spoke to Marshall students and about his company and journey to the top. As Corey Oxley reports, the students and staff who attended the lecture had a lot to learn from Jeff Imel, the man who made the first hand-launched unmanned aircraft.
Since designing and building his first flying wing in 2003, Imel has become an expert on small unmanned aircraft systems. He developed a patented flying platform called an airborne vehicle system and designed the first hand-launched unmanned aircraft system that offers payload-agnostic functionality.
I learned how he built it, how much it costs, what it does, all the sensors he uses, what it can tell you, how it can help you in civil engineering.
Customers using these vehicle systems can swap payloads in just minutes, allowing them to perform multiple missions using a single airframe. The aircraft does not require a runway and is regarded as one of the best aircraft systems in its class. Imel currently has 1 patent and 6 patent applications for his aircraft structures and continues to help customers worldwide.
Marshall University is really a great educational institute when it comes to geospatial sciences and environmental sciences, and it works really well for us because Robotics is located just down the road in Charleston, so it makes it close, and the expertise is right here.
Jeff Imel graduated from the University of Maryland with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. His unmanned aircrafts come in all colors, but he assures everyone from Marshall University that none of his aircrafts have flown the colors from the school up north. Corey Oxley, MU Report.
Also earlier this month, the Department of Multicultural Affairs hosted a traditional Native American powwow on Marshall's campus. The powwow brought people of all walks of life together in an enjoyable and educational environment. The sound of Native American drums could be heard throughout Marshall's campus during the Thunder in the Valley Native American Powwow at Buzzkirk Field October 7th and 8th. The powwow attracted people of all ages to celebrate, from elementary school children to those who've been immersed in the culture since elementary school.
I've been fancy shaw dancing ever since maybe I was 10 years old, 34 now. It's getting a little harder.
4th grade students from the Cabell County school system attended the powwow, but as one traditional Native American storyteller says, an afternoon is not enough time to truly learn the history of Native American culture.
There's so much that needs to be learned and can be taught that even when children come here today, you just get a very brief explanation of a lot of this. There's so many different cultures here.
Marshall students also got into the spirit of the powwow as various dancing, food, and vendors selling Native American goods was also offered. An appeal of the powwow was the melting pot that attended the event.
I know that there's different cultures that go to Marshall, so it's good to get them all together and share their traditions with everyone else.
Native Americans are represented across the United States, and events like Thunder in the Valley reminds everyone that the people and the culture have been here all along.
People need to know that we are still here, we haven't gone anywhere, and that every state, all 50 states, are rich in Native American culture and history.
By hosting events like this Native American powwow, Marshall gives students the opportunity to actively learn about another culture.
The residence halls have been participating in the annual event called Mudkip. The Mudkip is a competition to bring Marshall's residence halls together. But at the same time, as Aliana Tejas reports, it's a way of bringing people together who otherwise would never meet.
The competition starts with students in the residence halls. And through ping pong, 3-on-3 basketball, pool, and dodgeball, which is most people's favorite, it gets narrowed down to one winner.
The Housing and Res Life Department, we really understand that students live on campus, so they're surrounded by their academics often, and sometimes it's nice to have a way to relax and get out and be involved with some things that are going on around campus.
The Mudkip has been around Marshall since the 90s, and every year, all the residence halls take part in the events. The secret to all this is not so much winning, as it is forgetting about that paper deadline for a few minutes. It's about laughing with your friends.
I feel that making people aware and just trying to get them involved as much as possible and promoting the Mudkip itself had a significant amount to do with getting people out here today.
The Mudkip event has been going on for years. It's a tradition, and the goal of the event is really to bring students out to get involved and to have a little bit of healthy competition between everybody.
Throughout all the activities, the Mudkip comes down to one true winner. The winning residence hall takes home the Mudkip trophy. Aliana Tejas, MU Report.
The annual West Virginia Pumpkin Festival took place earlier this month at Pumpkin Park in Milton. As Dale Johnson reports, there was something at the festival for everyone.
Midnight came early for Cinderella earlier this month. Forget about the carriage. This one's all about the pumpkins. It was pumpkin butter, pumpkin fudge, pumpkin everything that makes this festival the largest in the state. Event coordinator Susan Davis says there were 86 craft vendors at the festival traveling from all over the country. With that variety, there is something for everyone.
Oh yes, we get to go eat lunch and all the eatery places, get to go out and do a little Christmas shopping, and heading for 50-year anniversary, I'm looking for something for my wife, something fantastic.
It's not just the shopping that helps make this festival great. One coordinator says it's the people.
I think the people. They're so nice, and my vendors. The vendors are wonderful. They're good people. Most of them are Christian people. So I have to say the people is my favorite part.
Really, my favorite part of the festival is the children coming in, seeing the children happy, the big smiles on their face. A smile on a child's face is worth a lot of dollars.
Organizers say that this event was initially created to help farmers with the raising and growing of pumpkins. As you can see, the event has gotten much larger. Whether guests are here for the food, the musical acts, just something to do, or arts and crafts, there's something here for everyone to enjoy this fall season. Dale Johnson, MU Report.
The festival attracts thousands of visitors from throughout the region every year. The festival takes place the first Thursday through Sunday every October.
And that's all the time we have of this edition of MU Report. I'm Chrystal Phillips.
And I'm Dalton Hammonds. If you have any questions about our production, contact our faculty advisor, Dr. Christopher Swindell, at swindell@marshall.edu.
To watch this and previous broadcasts of MU Report, you can find us on YouTube. And while on the World Wide Web, don't forget to like our Facebook page. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.